Special Agent Ryan Jackson, Office of the Inspector General, case number 290184, January 8, 1990. I've spent the better part of my career at the agency studying the lives of these men. First under former ADSAD Richard Kane, and again, now with OIG. Mason, Woods, Hudson, Dragovich, Nova, Kennedy, Angola, Nicaragua, and now, thanks to recent events in Panama, the Senate subcommittee wants answers. April 29th, 1975. Division operation checking out, one day before the fall of Saigon. Frank Woods and Jason Hudson were sent in under the cover of Operation Frequent Wind, the largest helicopter evacuation in history. Their real mission, recover or destroy the series of agency cipher machines known as the Parable System. The KGB had coveted Parable for years, and the NVA knew that handing it over would buy a lot of favor and support from the Kremlin. And when it came to Vietnam, no one knew that hellhole better than Frank Woods. Jason Hudson was the most connected agent at Langley. He could get anyone to say anything. The man had a way with words. Just ask Dr. Daniel Clark. Hudson got word that a contingent of agency analysts was apprehended by the NVA and transported to the Tan Son Nhut Air Base to be handed over to the KGB. With all eyes on the evacuation of Saigon, Hudson had to make a judgment call, and he had the perfect tool to get the job done. Frank Woods. Alex Mason. File as thick as a phone book and redacted beyond recognition. Bay of Pigs, Vorkuta, Dallas. Rumors and urban legends follow this man like a stench. It's near impossible to filter the truth from the fiction. But ask anyone. Mason was born and bred for the division. A man who could think on his feet, improvise, and turn an ugly situation into a win. Take, for example, Operation Active Measures. A simple asset recovery gone sideways. The microfiche was a home run, a complex KGB spy ring running out of a front company right in the heart of West Berlin. A KGB colonel named Mikhail Belov was charged with coordinating every drop of Soviet human intelligence from one side of the wall to the other. He knew, by name, every last Eastern Bloc asset in play in West Germany. A walking knock list. Mason's mission was to capture Belov alive for interrogation. Needless to say, things blew up. In the winter of 1977, history repeated itself. Agent Jason Hudson's contacts heard whispers of KGB attempts to resurrect the Nova project. He petitioned division leadership to greenlight a reconnaissance mission to his old stomping grounds, the Nova gas facility at Mount Yamantau that he and Agent Weaver buried back in '68. A small team led by Frank Woods was dispatched behind enemy lines to ensure Project Nova stayed buried. Thanks to the intel recovered at Yamantau, Hudson and Woods learned that the KGB was planning to add a prototype Nova gas dispersal device to an ICBM being tested near Mount Elbrus. With an imminent test launched on the horizon and no time to make inquiries through diplomatic channels, Hudson and Woods had to move fast. Operation Flashpoint in the Baikonur in '63 was a defining moment for Woods, so a mission like this was right inside the old warhorse's wheelhouse. Frank Woods knew firsthand what it is to be a POW. When he learned that one of his men survived the crash at Yamantau and was subsequently picked up by the KGB, he was ready to go in guns blazing. But Agent Hudson made the tough call. The man is lost, and they couldn't risk a rescue mission. According to the transcripts, Woods responded as follows. Not in this lifetime. Drop me here. I'll walk if I have to. On July 19th, 1979, as KGB-supported Sandinista forces entered Managua, an agency false flag operation evacuated members of the pro-U.S. National Guard, a precursor to the Contras, to Miami for counter-revolutionary training. Their primary POC, an agency deep cover operative, was burned by KGB counterintelligence and subsequently abducted. The man in question, far too plugged into the NG, could not be left in the cold. Alex Mason was sent to bring him in. On December 27, 1979, the Soviet Special Forces Alpha Group executed Operation Storm 333, which effectively ignited the Soviet intervention in Afghanistan. A high-value asset, the linchpin between the agency and the anti-Soviet Mujahideen, was taken into custody by a KGB Spetsnaz unit outside of Kabul that same day. Alex Mason, on his first mission in Afghanistan, was sent in to locate and rescue the asset. Special Agent Ryan Jackson, OIG Investigators Log, case number 290184, January 12, 1990. On orders from DCI Stansfield Turner, the inquiry into the career histories of Alex Mason, Frank Woods, and Jason Hudson is hereby suspended. All materials associated with said investigation are to be classified top secret and returned directly to the office of the DCI. Case closed. Case number 290185, January 12, 1990. A joint covert raid between the division and Nicaraguan Contras on May 21, 1982 resulted in a massive power shift in the Central American drug trade. The agency learned of a sit-down of Nicaragua's most powerful cartel leaders and saw a window of opportunity to consolidate and control narcotics exports into friendlier hands. However, the mission had unintended consequences. The rise to power of a man named Raul Menendez.